Okay, so I'm gonna try and explain what's required for this data capture work. So I'm gonna give you a list of different centers, and what you need to do, get the name. It'll either be the web address that I'll give you, or it'll be the names. You see here, these aren't website names. These are just the names of the centers. Copy that. Get yourself over to Google, and then put that in Google. Okay, so just using the copy paste, and there you go. It's one of the first results that pops up. So I'm going to give you a few tips and also just run through some of the things that I do when I capture the data. You might have your own methods of doing things which is faster or just works better for you, and that's absolutely fine. What I tend to use when I'm opening new windows is it's the Alt key on a PC, and it's the Command key on a Mac. I press that down and click click my mouse button, and that opens up the window or the link in a new tab. So if I'm going to open a lot of different links, rather than have to keep on waiting for the same website to load up, I could load up all of these pages in a new tab so that I can look at them quickly and move around them quickly later on. So there you go. So let's just start off. Let's rewind just a little bit and go to centers. So there's two forms. There's a centers form and there's an activities form. Now, a center is, in this example, Monte Vista is the name of the center. And one center can have many different activities. Now, an activity can be a program of some description, it can be a package, it can be a retreat. And one center is almost certainly going to have many activities. So we need to capture the information about one center and then fill out an activity form for each of the activities on the website. So that could be 10 activities, it could be 5 activities, it could be 20 activities. Now, I've mentioned on the activities form at the very top that when you check how many activities a center has, if there's more than 12 activities, send an email to me explaining that there are more than 12, and put in the subject of that email max activities and then the center name that you're looking at where you found that there's 12 or more activities. For any less than that, then just crack on and put those activities into that form without emailing me. So I'd recommend that the first thing that you do is to start with the centers form. And at the very top, I've just put some notes here. So just said, please note the following. So this is just some sort of instructions that I think is important to realize. So first thing is that all of the entries made via these forms will be checked. Literally every single one, field by field. Now, you might think that's a waste of time, but for us, we need this information to be 100% accurate. No corners can be cut, and therefore we need to check for consistency and that you've taken the information from the website comprehensively. So we'll be looking for, where basically information hasn't been taken from the right part of the website, or you haven't taken enough information, or you haven't given any information, and when we check, we find that information is there, therefore you didn't search for it thoroughly, or you didn't find it on the page. Now, we're going to give you some tips on how to find things more easily using shortcuts and using Google. I'll just explain that a little bit later on. So that's the first point there that I've just mentioned. So the second thing, whilst carrying out this work, you have the option of collecting more or less information. Let's go to the home page of a website. This is not a great example. Let's look at the About Us page. So here, you could say, wow, that's a lot of information. How much is relevant to what I need to get? What I'd say, don't read it all. Just copy all of that from top to bottom. Control C, Control V, and put it into the center description form would be what we'd do for that information there. But if you're faced with a situation where you're not sure about how much information to get, remember, we're not reading this line by line. You're just saying, okay, is this the information about whatever field we're interested in. If it is, grab all of it, grab as much as possible, copy and paste it in there, okay? Now, often I ask for links and text, and that's so that when you copy some text from a page, I can then verify the page that you got it from and navigate there quickly. And when I come to verify each entry, I can say, yep, I agree, you got that from the correct part of the website. So another little side note is if you find that there's any downloads, that could be ebooks, that could be PDFs for menus, it could be accommodation brochures, whatever it might be, just open up a notepad file. And wherever you find that, I don't know, is there going to be one here? Let's say this was a link to an ebook. You can right-click on it and then do copy address, and then just put that onto a notepad file and collect as many downloadable links and things like that you can find on the website every time you find them. And then at the very end of the form, there is on both forms, there's a field called other information, so useful links download. So just take what you've collected on that notepad and copy paste it from there and put it back into this form here. Okay, so next thing, if you collect data you're unsure about or have queries or questions, just enter text in caps so that we can see that you've typed something. So let's say you come to the center description page and you copy some information, but you're not sure about some information. Let's say you think that there is relevant information on another page. You'd copy what's on the center description page. So let's just do it here. So let's say about us. So you could copy what's here, and then let's say you think, oh, well, actually, I think there might be more relevant information somewhere else, or there's a note about something that you've spotted within the text, or anything really that you just want to communicate to us. Then turn on caps lock on your computer, and then write a note. So saying blah, blah, okay? If it's in caps lock, that makes it much, much easier for us to spot and bring to our attention, and then we can see what your thought process is, because sometimes maybe you can't find a link, so just write in caps, couldn't find link, looked here, okay? Another thing to mention as well is that when it comes to trying to find pieces of information, I would only spend around a minute looking for a particular piece of information. If you can't find it within a minute, then move on to the next thing. It's going to take a very long time if you're having to spend 5 minutes finding a piece of information, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of different data points that you need to capture. So just try and capture as much as you can, as quickly as you can, but without making mistakes and capturing the wrong information. Basically, you'll be on a website and you'll be scanning for the information that you need. Scan it, copy it, use the shortcuts, put it into the form, move on to the next question. So, little tip, obviously, use Control-C, Control-V for copy paste. If I'm looking for something on a page that's got a lot of information, let's say, for example, I've requested that on the center form, you insert the site link or site map from the website. So here, I'm not sure. I mean, this is a fairly simple website, so it's easy to find things. But if there was a lot of links sort of dotted around, it could be in the header, the footer, the sidebar. I can just do Control and F or Command and F on Mac, type in site map, and I can see there that according to Google's find on this page, there's nothing with sitemap. Now, the other shortcut that I've got that is less well known but probably more useful is to use the site search functionality on the Google offers. So go to Google, and what you need for this is you need the web address. So the domain name, not with anything after the domain name. Make sure you don't pick up anything further than the .com part or the .co.th, whatever it might be. So then what you can do is, instead of typing in a search query, what you write is the word site semicolon, and then you mustn't put any spaces after the semicolon. There you go. I've just pasted in the address of the website. Then put a space and the keyword that we're after. So we're after site map. So I put in site map, and what that does is it searches in Google's index to see if the word or the keyword that you've entered is anywhere on that website. So the control F find, that will only, this one will only look on the page that you're looking at. But if you use site colon, then the address, and then keywords, that tells Google only search for this keyword on that particular site. It's a very handy search function that hopefully will speed things up, especially when it comes to finding something difficult. Like, for example, menus for the restaurant of the resort or the center. That can be found quite easily, usually by typing in site, then the name, and then PDF, and that'll bring back all PDFs. If you try and put in the word menu PDF, the problem is that you might find that they haven't called the menu, they might have called it something else like food.pdf, and that wouldn't bring it back. So I say for menus, use just PDF. There's usually not that many PDFs on a particular website. Okay. Other things, just I use Notepad to store repetitive information. Sometimes you find that you're inputting the same information for, especially on the activities page. So, like for example, even just something as simple as this, I need you to put the center name onto every activities form, because I'll have many different forms coming back and they relate to a center, and I need to know which center this activity relates to. So that is an essential requirement, put in the center name. And yeah, that is a name that might be quite complicated because they're not always straightforward. They're not, regular English words. So just maybe put the name of the center onto Notepad, and that's gonna help to prevent any mistakes and sort of speed things up. Okay. Next thing, let's have a quick look. So don't spend too much time on any one piece of information, like I've mentioned. And the last thing I think I can think of is if you find the same information is repeated many times over, especially again for this activities form, then rather than keep on writing the same thing, you can just write a little note in caps explaining this information is the same for all of the activities. It prevents you just writing the same thing out time and time again. The only thing that I say you do need to repeat each time for the activities is this center name. The rest of it, if it's repeated, then you can just write in there, same for all activities. But make sure that you've checked. Don't just assume that it's the same and try and cut corners. This is the kind of thing that I'll be checking for. Okay. If you've listened to this and or you've read this, then please, please just send me a quick email just with the subject title "Checkmate" and send it to leonions@yahoo.co.uk. And a lot of people who do this work claim they've got good attention to detail. That's a simple request, and it just shows that you're listening to things. The information that's given gives me confidence that you're going to do a good job. So please send me that email. So let's just go through the center form very quickly. Center name. So center name is just the name here, Monte Vista. I'd put in there. Okay. Homepage web address. So that's just the address of the center. Oh, this website was closed until further notice. Okay, so technical problem, just come up with one of the websites that we're looking at. So let's just flick back to the list of sites that we've got, and let's pick out that one instead. So Kata Hot Yoga. Let's see what that looks like. I've not seen this before, so this is this is new to me. If that sort of thing does happen, let's say you're in the middle of inputting the information for a particular center, just write in the form website crashed or internet connection problem, whatever it might be that's causing that to happen. So typed in Kata Hot Yoga. I found the website is here, Kata Hot Yoga. It's in Phuket. Now, if you do find that the center is outside of Thailand, then the chances are that you're not looking at the right center. because all of the centers that I'm giving you to research are based in Thailand. So yeah, please please do just double check that, and you'll notice that when you come to pick up the address. Now this looks like a very basic looking sort of website, I guess. Not the most comprehensive one, so it might not be the best example, but it you know, that's going to make it sort of easier. If there's less information, then it means that it's going to be an easy job for you. But for this demo, I'd rather pick a site that's got a little bit more information, maybe a little bit more complicated. So let's try this one, Wise Living Yoga Academy. So see, now this is a good example. So Wise Living Yoga Academy, and it says here affiliated, so India. I'm just going to check the contact us page, and it's saying, yeah, Wise Living Yoga Academy. Yeah, okay. So they've got, oh yeah, here we go. So there are multiple locations for this particular center, and we want the Thailand one. So there you go. I've just changed, and you can see you've got a different website there. So let's go back to the form. I'll just delete this. So we put the name Wise Living Yoga. Okay, and this is an example of where you could write a little note and just say, you know, multiple branches found Thailand branch. Okay, then the home page. The home page is this page here. Copy paste in there. Now I'm using Alt and Tab to switch between things sometimes, or I'm using Control and Tab to move between the tabs more quickly. So yeah, just to make that even more speedy, I'll just push that over to the centers one, and then I can use Control, Shift and Tab, or Control and Tab to move between them. So then description. Okay, what is this course all about? Share. So you know, you don't have time to read all of this information, but just start to scan things. Use the headers to understand whether this is the piece of information that you're looking for. So this is about this is a description of the center. Now usually it's on either the home page or the About Us page. So what is this course all about? Yoga teacher. Now this could be relevant, so let's just put that into the form. Okay, there's more information on the home page, but it seems to be talking about different things. Expand your horizons and open your mind. Maybe, yeah, maybe that could go in there too, actually. Like I say, more information is better than less information. And then About Us. Home page and About Us are usually the pages that give us information either about the people or about what the center is all about. Now, in this case, I think this is a very good piece of text to capture because they put a summary of what the center is about. So that's quite neat. We could use potentially all of or some of that information. Next, let's have a look. Address. So address is usually on Contact Us. So there you go. Just got down to the bottom, found the Contact Us, and that's the address captured. Okay, next, longitude and latitude. So we need to find out what the longitude latitude is for this location. I've put a little link here for you to reference if you're not sure of how to do this. Ignore this one. It's actually to get the coordinates. It's this set of instructions here. Basically what you do is take that the address that we've just got and open up Google Map. Okay. Then with Google Map open, we can search for that particular address. In a minute, I think I'm probably going to sort of skip some of the more obvious fields to fill out. And yeah, just concentrate on the more tricky ones. Like this one is a little bit more tricky. There you go. So when I put in the address, it didn't come up with anything. So I've just added the name of the center with the address, and there you go. It's come straight up. It's put a red marker in there. Perfect. And then you right-click, click on what's here, left click, opens up, and there you go, just underneath, it gives you the longitude and latitude coordinates for that particular center. Okay, next one that might be a little bit tricky is looking for the meta tag description. So this is to do with HTML. If you're really uncomfortable with HTML, then don't worry, we can just skip this out, but just navigate back to the home page or any page, but ideally the home. Right click on the page, and if you're in Chrome, it usually gives you an option view source. Click on that and it opens up the HTML view. A lot of information on here, and you just want the meta tag information. So do either Control and F or Command and F and type in meta and then description. It's saying there's nothing there. So just type in description and, oh yeah, okay, there you go. Don't type in meta description, because it's actually meta name equals description. So just to put in description, and it's usually at the very top of the page. So take that description and put that into there. Sitemap. Let's have a look on this one. Sitemap. There you go. So I found it straight away. And rather than click on it, I'm just going to right click and then do copy link address back to the document, put that in there. Now we've got contact us, so we go back to the contact us page that we had open somewhere. There we go. And then telephone number. You see here it's got 2 telephone numbers. Put as many telephone numbers in as you find, and if they are one's for reception, one's for reservations, then just label them. Here there's no information to say what they are. Sometimes they have a little indicator to say that they have Skype to contact you on. I'm not going to go hunting around the site for that. I can see that it's not under Contact Us, which is where it should be, so just skip it out because it's not there. Like I say, look for things that are sort of broadly speaking obvious. So that's the email address, and yeah, there's just one email address for the Thailand branch, so put that in there. There's not a second one. Link to the Contact Us page, so just copy and paste. Fax number, did you see a fax number? No, no fax number. Opening times. Again, opening times are usually on the Contact Us page. If it's not there, then don't bother looking. So accommodation description, that is, let's go back to the home page where there's usually more links. Sometimes, or a lot of places have a link to accommodation. So let's just do a Control F, accommodation. So let's go to the sitemap. That can sometimes be useful to see whether we'll find a page. So we've got home page, course structure, testimonials, rules and regulations, about us, tradition profiles, contact us, address, and yeah, I can't see from here an obvious link to a description of the accommodation. Now, this might be the case that they only have one type of accommodation. A lot of centres have different types of accommodation, and we need to capture each type. So if they have a queen room, then you need the picture and the link to the page and also the description. If they have a penthouse, the same. Capture the link for the image by right-clicking on the image and then paste that in. Capture the description for the penthouse and also a link if it's a different page. If it's the same page, then the first link will do, because sometimes the accommodation the accommodation page has all of the accommodation on. Sometimes they have a dedicated page for each type of accommodation. So I think here I have actually looked at this site before, and they didn't have an accommodation specific page because they actually don't focus on particularly interesting or sexy accommodation. This particular course is more about the content and about the teachers. So normally I would never ever skip this, but on this one I'm pretty sure that information is not there. Amenities list, again, this one might not have amenities. We can use the site find tool just to look all over the site and see if there is the word amenities mentioned, or what's a synonym for amenities, maybe facilities. facilities. Okay, the Ashram Life. I'm just looking here at the title, and I'm also looking at the URL. So Ashram, oh, here we go. There's something mentioned here about the accommodation, so I could take that. This is actually talking about some of the rules and regulations that they have, which, again, we want that later on, actually. That's actually one of the questions that we have further on down in this form. So, just to speed things up, I'm just going to explain rather than actually do the copy and pasting. Dining options, usually there's information about the restaurants and the food that's available, copy that into there. If there's a link to the menus, copy that into there. If they have a spa, which is a place where they can get massages or treatments, it could be facials or scrubs or whatever it might be, the spa, put that information in about the spa and a link to it as well. List the teachers. Okay, so I saw on this page they were talking about who was actually the teachers there, and we want that information. That's useful. So that was, I recall it was on the About Us page. You can see here, these are your general profile of your teachers. So we'll copy that information, all of it, both of them. I've just copied the one for now because my screen's not scrolling down because I'm recording this. And also pop the link in there as well so I can see where you picked up that information. Okay, and do that for all of the teachers. If they have a gallery, again, I'm not sure if these guys do have a gallery or not. Let's just find out. The normal word is either gallery or photos. Yeah, gallery's not there. These photos, main German. Yeah, I don't think they have a gallery. They've just got photos that are sort of dotted around the site. Let's have a look. Testimonials. Maybe it's on this page. And let's have a look at this page in a little bit more detail. So yeah, testimonials. We're going to need that later. So keep that tab open. That's a timetable. Going to need that later. Okay. What other pages are there? Home page. Chiang Mai Yoga Training Center. That's the course structure. So there's some photos there, but that's not a great example. Videos there, I asked for those later on. Here we go. This is not normally how the galleries are presented, but it doesn't look like you're going to be able to capture those. So because you can't capture them, just put the link on to where the images are, and then, like I say, just put a note, say, cannot capture images, or capture is the same as copy, you know. Normally what I'd do is I'd right click onto the image, and then, where is it? Right click and then click copy. Okay, so let's go back. Link to course registration. So that's where there's sometimes a course registration form for if you want to book or make a reservation. So put the link in there. Link to the About Us page. So that's just the link. Ignore the size of these boxes. They're a bit too big. I might change that later now. Location type. So just say where it's located. Is it in the countryside? Is it by the beach? Is it in the jungle? If you see that they have an option around the site to subscribe for the newsletter, which, yep, they do here, then just take the email address that's here, copy it over, and then put it into there. Hit subscribe. If it asks for the name of the subscriber, then use the name Sam Taylor. If they have different options of interest, like checkboxes, then check them all. And if it asks for the country of the subscriber, select the UK. And then here, just write whether you yes I have subscribed. No, I haven't subscribed. So I know whether you've done it or not, and I can check the inbox to see whether there's a confirmation email. Okay, links to the center. Okay, so 12 images, best, most interesting ones. Make sure you pick a variety. So that's to do with the gallery. So if there was a gallery on this website, I'll give you an example. Let's look at Chiva.som, which I did earlier on. On this website, they have a gallery, and we want to capture the most interesting images from the gallery. So what I did was took a little, there you go, gallery. Took a little look at the images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what I'd recommend there, they're all pretty good images actually. So in this case, what I might do is just copy the URLs for all of them. So just pop that in there, and then go to the next one. Do the same again, copy URL, and so forth until you've got all of them. Now, if you see those images that are not interesting, or they're not relevant, or they're very similar to the last image, then don't bother copying it. Just copy ones that are different, interesting, and look impressive. Ideally, you want to hit around 12. Usually, you'd be looking to get images of the pool, restaurant, nighttime shot. I've said restaurant again there. Food, setting, class, being taught, teacher, grounds. That's the grounds, as in like the where the place is set. And maybe the spa. I haven't put that on there, but the spa would be useful. Okay, is there an ebook available? If there is an ebook available, then send us the URL where it's listed, and also use the same email address above to subscribe and get that ebook if it's available. Special offers. So again, just look to see whether the special offers. The best way to do that I've found is to use the site search tool. So I could put in here, the words would either be special offer or discount. So refund policy, it's not, from sometimes special offers or discounts. Yeah, you could write down what that is. If they're not offering it, but they talk about how special offers are made. So here, terms and conditions for special offers. Just put that all in there. I'm quite interested to see that. So they mention there that they run promo codes sometimes. So it's not a special offer, but it's information about special offers. Put that in there. Rules and regulations. I think we saw on one of the pages there is a rules and regulations page. Let's just check it out. Yeah, there, rules and regulations. So just put the link in there and grab the text. Like I said, at the moment I can't scroll down the page because I'm recording the screen. So, but yeah, normally I'd scroll to the bottom of that page. Is it a multilingual site? Just have a quick scan around. Normally you can see multilingual sites are indicated by flags, or it'll say EN, G for English, or whatever abbreviation for the language. Classes taught in other languages. Just if you notice that they'd offer classes taught in different languages, then just write the name, the language it's taught in. Don't spend much time looking for that, actually. I might get rid of that. Payment and refund policy. So we saw on that previous screen, I just saw it now when we were on the rules and regulations, I think it was. Payment and refund policy, there it is. So copy the link, put that in there, and then grab the text, put that in there. Okay, social media links. So yeah, I noticed them earlier on. Just for each of the social media links, just right click, copy address, paste, and put them in there for as many as you can see. Awards and media. Just have a quick look in the sitemap or use the search thing. Can you see anything mentioned about awards? Doesn't look like there is actually. No. Oh, there you go. Other languages. There are other languages. So there you go. Put that other languages. Just go back if you notice something. Afterwards, sorry, that's not about classes being taught in other languages, that's just translations of the website, so make sure you put it into multilingual sites. Awards and media, just right, couldn't find. Sometimes it's under the blog. Other events taking place, sometimes you'll see they have one-off events that take place where maybe a guest teacher is going to come and run a course. I don't think it's on here, but we'll just take a look at this page. Yeah, this is explaining the standard courses that you can take. This is not a random one-off event, so I don't think it's applicable. So you can just put NA, give the link to TripAdvisor. So yeah, just look up on TripAdvisor. So here, let's pretend we're looking at Kata Hot Yoga. This would be the TripAdvisor link. I'd just go to TripAdvisor and I'd pull back the link for it and I'd put it in there. So I picked up the wrong one there, but just as an example, just to speed this up, because I'm aware the video is quite long. FAQs, there you go, frequently asked questions. Grab the link, put it in there, and then grab the text. Again, I can't scroll down. But paste, it's in there. Other information, like I say, if you find that there are downloadable PDFs or links to something of interest, just put them all on the notepad, and then when you've finished, then just grab them off the notepad and paste them into here. Okay, accredited course, it says here that it is actually accredited. So yeah, I don't think there's a link to explain the accreditation, although there's the sitemap. I've lost it, let's just open it up again. Sitemap. Yeah, so it's RYS approved, accredited by Yoga Alliance. So write that in there, or copy that in. Accredited course, and yeah, you can just, that information's on the, I think it's on any page, but also I think on the home page they also have some more information about accreditation. So you could also put this in here as well, just write down members of International Board of Yoga, certified, recognized by the Yoga Institute, just type that into the form. And then I'm just looking quickly, whom is this course for? Course accreditation, there you go, some information about the course. So I put that into the accredited course. Okay, now once you're done, this is important, once you're done, remember you're using the web. So let's say, for example, you disconnect from the internet without realizing, you're going to lose that data if you click on submit. So the best thing to do is right click in the middle of the tab, click on duplicate, and then what that does is it gives you a chance to click on submit, and if you have a problem, then at least you've got the information in another tab, because Google Chrome, I don't know about other browsers, but Google Chrome is recommended for this task, and when you do duplicate, it copies the information that you've put into the form already. So worst case scenario is you could try clicking it again, or you copy it out of here and put it into a Word document. Just anything so that you don't you don't waste time. So this is just a test one, so I'm just going to write at the top here so I can see Lee test, please delete. Okay, delete. Okay, so go back down and click on submit. Okay, that's the form for the centers and a quick introduction. Yeah, you fucker.